Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadushnam Tattvamasya Lakshmyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained what is power manifestation. Raising your consciousness to the higher frequency and manifesting what you want as reality, deciding what you want, and life deciding, responding as you want, becoming the Kalpatru of your life. The power manifestation is a science because millions have experienced that, and each one of you can experience that. The Pramanas gives the evidence that how cognitive shift happens from what you understand as mind and body to the consciousness. Paramashiva is real. Living as Paramashiva as real in every thought, action, and words as reality is science of our manifestation. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, Vedas, pure science, Agamas, applied science. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of the Aptas. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayamas, Alvars, Siddhas, even the emperors, even the Grahasthas who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva. They are the authority of Hinduism who have manifested all the powers which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leela to showcase to the world how cognitive shift can manifest as powers. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of disciple devotees, followers all around the world, initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully says how the Kailash courtyard is like a Garbha Mandir when you come collectively and simply you are in the oneness with Paramashiva. He is more present than you and manifests through you all abundance, auspiciousness, and bliss. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Beautifully in Avatar Shastra, it is all documented how the prefrontal cortex becomes so vivid and so bright that your whole brain, in the coherence of how you can manifest the higher dimensions, higher reality, that Paramashiva is real. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the powerful cognition to live as Charya Pada, Yoga Pada, Kriya Pada, Jnana Pada. All that the way we live and manifesting the powers instead of running with the obsessive, compulsive, reactionary space of confusion, chaos, violence, living in such a peace and harmony in restful awareness as our reality. Here, for the power of will, the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference, is from Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.13. Icha Shakti Uma Kumari. Beautifully, Bhagavan says, his will is the energy of Shiva. It is called Uma, the independent power of Paramashiva, and it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, Siva Sankalpam Mama Sankalpam. It is his will that we are even experiencing all that we are perceiving through the five senses. And it is his will that we are celebrating that very space as oneness with Paramashiva, understanding the higher matured cognition that Paramashiva is real. He has come down to celebrate in us all the powers of Paramashiva manifesting through each one of us. Understanding the higher cognition, how his will is our will, becomes the liberation. As long as we think we have the independent will, we are struggling with ourselves. But if we understand that Paramashiva has come down in each of us as reality, as consciousness, which is real, which is the manifestation, how we can experience the oneness. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says how in the deep sleep we are not there. The body is not there, the mind is not there. That is why we are not able to describe that what exactly happens. We are in the frequency. We are the consciousness, the pure consciousness. We are pure Paramashiva in that zone. A glimpse is shown for us to understand that we are, that is the very nature. That is why we don't get bored, tired, or we get into any of the, oh, why should I sleep today? Why should I do this? Confusion, nothing. Everybody loves to sleep, and every day we don't get bored at all and we are happy. Is one thing is the sleep, because that is the very nature of us. Bhagavan beautifully says, following the four padas is the very nature of how we exist. Understanding that Paramashiva is real. Not just the body, body is the matter. Mind is a processor. A computer can recognize a juice in terms of giving us the labels about the juice. Maybe it's a processor which can recognize, but it itself cannot experience. Same way, a mind is a processor. It itself cannot experience. The body is a tool, like how a pot of water holds the sun rays, but it itself cannot become the sun itself. It can only hold, and it can only make you understand that the sun rays is because of the sun, not because of the pot. Once you understand you are not just the body, you are not the Kata Akasha, you are the Chida Akasha, where Paramashiva's reflection in you as consciousness. And when you merge into Paramashiva, you become the Mahakasha. Then you understand everything that his will is your will. Everything following the lifestyle, Charya Pada, following the Yoga Pada, doing the yoga, detoxing the body completely, and doing the Kriya Pada, merging with the oneness in the puja, and doing the Jnana Pada, living only Paramashiva is in real, in a word, thought, action, in everything that we do, seeing everybody as Paramashiva, as the ultimate. That is the blessing that Guru initiates, and following the Guru as ultimate surrender is the Guru Bhakti, and is the way how we exist and how we can have a blissful auspiciousness and beautiful blessing and healing life. Here Bhagavan beautifully gives us the Apta Pramana, how these Siddhas, Nayanamars, Alvars lived such grateful life. They knew what is the existential reality to the extreme they could perform because they had one thing. Bhagavan beautifully says, the only difference between you and Nayanamar is to hold that Paramashiva is real continuously. And only thing, if you hold, you become the Nayanamar. What happened when Sirthunda Nayanamar, he was with his family offering all the bhiksha to the yogis, and he was beautifully living her family. But one day Shiva himself comes to test him, and he came down and asked, he said, I will not eat anything other than human meat, and that's what I'm going to eat. And he was shocked, and he gave more description that it has to be a small child, it cannot be anything of a dead person. So then Siritonda Nayanar was not startled, but he was ready to do anything the yogi says, because he lived only that each yogi is Paramashiva himself. Because he lived that beautiful space, he was able to take a decision of even cooking his own son. When he cooked his own son, and the yogi said, you also come and sit and eat. And he was shocked. He said, okay, I will also sit and eat. But the main surprise was, he said, you have to sit with your son and eat. And then comes the whole surrender. He said, whatever yogi says, I would do that. He goes and says, okay, I will call the son because the yogi says to call. And simply at the call, the son comes running. The Nayanamar, you would think like how it is when you have a dream, which is some accident, but when you wake up, you know that the dream was just a myth. It is not real. Same way, Sirithunda Nayanar woke up to the reality that all that he perceived was just a dream. He woke up to the reality everything is a manifestation of Paramashiva. And the existential reality, there's nothing can be violated. There's no hypocrisy. There's no violence. Everything is only surrender. To wake up to the reality, Paramashiva is real. Again and again, Paramashiva is real is the only cognition holding the Nayanamar held, and he was able to manifest the whole space for the child to come back as a human. Beautifully, Bhagavan speaks in Atma Pramana, giving us such powerful cognition.
In front of Mahadeva's silence. Upanishads are Mahadeva's silence, translating that into words. It's only by Mahadeva's grace I can translate his silence into words and deliver. Understand? I was expanding on the concept of nation and desha. When decision makers, whether in the field of business or ruling, when decision makers are out of fear and greed, it is all about producing in mass and sharing it with the world. When the decision makers are caught in fear and greed, then it is all going to be about possessing and controlling. Wealth, handled with incompletion, will lead to possessiveness. Power, handled with incompletion, will become controlling. A powerless man, when he is given power, he will only be controlling. A poor man, when he is given wealth, he will only be possessing. Poor man does not even know how to live with wealth, I am telling you. He will just make a big godown, iron godown, thick walled iron godown, put everything inside and lock it and sleep on it, that's all, and die. And is this the purpose of wealth? And whole life he spent worrying, will anybody know what I am keeping under my bed, and will anybody steal it? A poverty conscious man, even if he stumbles upon wealth, he can't live. Poor man, incomplete man, even if he sees wealth, He is not going to enjoy it, live it. He may possess it, he may not live it. Same way, a powerless man, frightened, fear-based person, even if he is given power, he will only be controlling it. He will not be expanding it. Person established in completion, in the space of completion, even if he does not have wealth, he knows how to create and live. Person based on completion, even the small powers which is available to him, he knows how to enrich people with power. Enriching people with power. Completion-based lifestyle, I'm telling you. Constantly empower yourself. Constantly empower yourself. Constantly empower yourself. Have power. And go on empowering people with power. And I tell you, in whichever field you empower people, you will be becoming more and more powerful. Only by producing more musicians, you will become a great musician. Only by producing more dancers, you will become a great dancer. Only by producing more doctors, you will become a great doctor. Only by producing more rich people, you will become a richer person. Only by producing more leaders, you will be a great leader. Only by producing more enlightened beings, you will be an incarnation. Empowering people. Empowering people. Empowering can happen only if you feel powerful, complete inside. If you feel incomplete, empowering does not happen. I tell you, life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. I think this is the punch statement for all of you today. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Life has no hypocrisy. When you are authentic in empowering people, you will become more powerful. When you are authentic, enriching people, you will be more enriched. No, I'll believe all this, but practically I know if I make him big, he will become big and I'll be small. This hypocrisy will only make you smaller and smaller, because life responds authentic way. Life has no hypocrisy.
Beautiful, Bhagavan.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained how life has no hypocrisy and how you enrich others. Living that Paramashiva is real. You become Paramashiva. You are a musician. You enrich 10 people. You become a great musician. When you teach 10 people to do whatever they are doing, even in the outer world, like they grow their finance, you become the greatest financer. All that science again and again told to us, when we enrich and cause others, we become that more and more. What we cherish is what is our life. Bhagavan beautifully says, what you eat is what you belch. You are the, whatever you cherish, you become that source. Here, beautifully, not just the changing the taste of the food, but also healing the person. Vasudev has clearly said, Swamiji, with your blessings, I healed the following old lady and not eating any food because her tongue was tasting bitter. As soon as I gave healing, she ate the food. It didn't taste bitter at all. Not just changing the taste of the food, but also the power of will. He was able to really bring that space of oneness with Paramashiva, and Paramashiva manifested through him as healing, and simply he was able to heal the old lady. Today we are going to not heal but more. Paramashiva is giving us the power of will to experience the change of the taste of the solid. You can keep few of the taste like salt, sweet, sugar. You can keep haritaki, neem, whatever you prefer, and write down what taste you want it to change to. Once you write down, then whatever you experience when you taste, just make a note and then you can share it with the world. Now we will start experiencing oneness with Paramashiva into deep meditation and start chanting the Mahavakya to manifest the powers of changing the taste of the solid to salt or bitter, whatever you want. If you're able to change the taste, at least few of them in a row, then you have manifested the power. If you just started to experience the different taste, people have experienced that they taste some other taste in their tongue, not when they're tasting, but just the tongue itself starts tasting sweet, or some people feel their taste in their throat, the sweet nectar that they can experience when they are in oneness with Paramashiva. Some of them smell the taste changing. All that please record and share it at the end of the session. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Completely surrender everything to Paramashiva, Kalabhairava. Hold that beautiful space. Just now we had the darshan, diksha, powerful cognition, initiation of Bhagavan. Bhagavan's every word is a mantra. Whenever we listen to the satsang, how many ever time it is only a mantra for us. Again and again receiving Bhagavan's words and holding that in your third eye and constantly unclutching from everything that you know as your identity. How you go into the deep sleep, how you feel that beautiful space, same way you unclutch from whatever you know as your identity, all the labels and narratives that the mind gives. Drop everything and drop your identification with your body by chanting the Mahavakya, entangling with Bhagavan in the oneness space. And again with the deep listening, chanting the Mahavakya changes whatever taste you want of the solid. So hold that powerful cognition, the power of will that Paramashiva is real. You are Paramashiva. Sit with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. How alive you would feel when you sit like that. You would feel so powerful. And sit, you're not perceiving, you're not identifying with Paramashiva. You are Paramashiva. You are consciousness. If you can make food into blood, you can change the taste of any food in the way you want, surely. So hold that powerful space that I am Paramashiva. If I'm manifesting all these great senses and realities, I can manifest any reality because I am Paramashiva. Paramashiva is real. Hold that beautiful space and just let Paramashiva just manifest through you. Melt in Paramashiva just in deep gratitude and oneness. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya in deep listening.
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. Please open your eyes and verify the solid items that you have kept. What is the difference in the taste? And whatever you taste, make a note of it so that you can share it at the end of the session. All these greater signs, small workshops that Bhagavan is giving us to make us understand the power of will. What you are ready to perceive, that becomes reality. If you're perceiving anything in the outer world, it is only delusion. But the perception itself, what is manifested through you, is the prasada that Paramashiva is giving you. And enjoying the perception, whatever is happening in front of you, without engaging in it, whether it is some extreme pleasure or extreme sorrow, disengaging that Paramashiva is manifesting all the Leela, how you would see if there is a puppet show on a screen. Simply being the screen and enjoying the puppet show is how we need to exist. And simply Paramashiva will manifest all the auspiciousness, abundance, bliss, fulfill us to the extreme reality. Only when we start labeling things that Paramashiva, that I am doing it and not Paramashiva, then comes the delusion, pain, misery, and every thought can only bring us more and more chaos and confusion. Dropping the thought, being in the oneness with Paramashiva, the original state, who we are, Paramashiva consciousness as reality, we start manifesting all the powers. Simply auspiciousness, abundance, bliss have to flow through us. And we become all powerful knowing Paramashiva is more real than the logical mind. The logical mind is like a hazy detail that how you have in the dream. You don't know if a person is wearing colored dress, or you don't know if their nails are there, hair are there, nothing, because we don't live in the dream so real. But when we wake up, we know that we are real. Same way, when we wake up as Paramashiva, consciousness is real. We are also living in the body to experience the oneness and manifest the bliss and experience the ultimate space of oneness with Paramashiva. If we are very clear, then even a glimpse of Paramashiva, few seconds, all of us meditating on Paramashiva, and simply if you have even a glimpse, it brings so much of peace and auspiciousness. So we'll have a second cycle for few more minutes. Put away your gadgets for few minutes. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Entangle with him. Just surrender to him all that you know of yourself and experience the deep oneness, deep earning. Paramashiva is real, and gratitude and surrender by chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening brings you to the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Experience Paramashiva, manifest Paramashiva. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya deeply with a deep silence and deep listening.
Nityananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Beautiful. Please open your eyes and share whatever you experience the taste which is different in tinyurl.com/power-manifestation and surrender all the powerful cognition power manifestation to Bhagavan's lotus feet, thanking Bhagavan beautifully for creating such a beautiful space of oneness, giving the powerful cognition power manifestation and all the beautiful auspiciousness in our life. And if you see the $sign, you can offer your donation to Kailasa. By giving the donation, simply you experience Kailasa in your inner space. And Lakshmi Ma, thank you so much today also for contributing to Kailasa, creating the Kailasa beautifully, all the auspiciousness, abundance and bliss for you. All these greater signs that Bhagavan is giving us again and again to enrich the world, cause the world. Life has no hypocrisy, and living as Kailasha ecosystem, contributing to each life is the best thing. Enrich them more and more to bring them to Kailasha for the satsang, for the darshan, for the diksha and Kailash Kotyad. Thank you so much, and with a deep gratitude and earning, Paramashiva is real. In our words, in our thought, in our action, seeing everybody as Paramashiva, as reality, holding this powerful cognition, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyanda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you so much. After the next darshan or diksha, you will have the Kailash Kotyad manifesting path session. You can join in that.